Hello, I'm Gareth Walker and I'm here for the West Yorkshire Football Show with some post-match reaction to Bradford City's 4-1 victory against Colchester today in League 2. What a fantastic performance from Bradford City from start to finish. Arguably our best performance of the season so far, certainly up there with the Cheltenham one at home a few weeks ago. And against a team who were absolutely flying coming into today's game. Maybe that helped us because they came to play football. They didn't come to spoil like Tranmere and Gillingham did in the last couple of games. Colchester were unbeaten in 10. They hadn't lost since January. They'd won the last 5 on the bounce. And we've dominated that game from start to finish, barring possibly the first 5 or 10 minutes. Once we'd settled down and got into our groove, we were absolutely fantastic. It's impossible to pick any star players out because each and every man that played for Bradford City today was at least an 8 or a 9 out of 10. You can't criticise anybody. You can't pick out anyone for being any better than anybody else. We've scored 4 really good goals. We've had a goal disallowed that I'm not really sure why it was disallowed. All I can assume is, I was in the cop at the other end of the ground, but all I can assume is that the ball went out of play as the cross came in from the corner, because it can't have been offside. The linesman flagged, but it can't have been offside because there were 2 Colchester players on the line. That would have given us, obviously, an even better start to the game than we got. The goal, that was before we'd scored, so that was before we scored the first goal. But the first goal didn't take long to come. Colchester equalised against the run of play, really, and possibly the first real forage into our half after the first 5 or 10 minutes. A rebound from Sam Walker's save, and the lads put it in at the back post. But that was totally against the run of play. And like I say, they didn't offer much at all, didn't Colchester? We've dominated from start to finish. We've had lots of chances, lots of balls across the box. Like I say, Kavanagh's got 2, Lapsley's got 2. I think that's 4 goals now for City for Lapsley. Just a total contrast to the performances against Tranmere and Gillingham, and maybe that was due to the fact that Colchester came to play and didn't sit deep and didn't spoil from start to finish. The only other chance I remember Colchester having in the game is when Neil Byrne gave the ball away and their informed striker Edwards goes cleaning on Sam Walker, and Sam Walker's made a brilliant fingertip save to tip it round the post. That possibly could have changed the game at the time because it was 2-1 to City. That would have made it 2-2, so things could have been different. But after that, we never looked back. 3rd and 4th goals added in the second half. Like I said, brilliant finishes from Kavanagh, brilliant finishes from Lapsley. We could have had more than 4. We were absolutely fantastic. Like I say, you can't pick anybody out. I thought with every single player was brilliant today. From start to finish, you just enjoy days like today. You've got to enjoy them. Hopefully, the bumper crowd, I think it was the biggest crowd that we've had, possibly since the Liverpool game in the Premier League. It might have even beaten that as the biggest crowd for a league fixture at Valley Parade since the ground was redeveloped. Hopefully, some of those people that came on the £5 tickets come back, enjoyed what they saw, want to come back and see us again this season, and possibly buy season tickets for next year. Fantastic atmosphere around Valley Parade. Fantastic performance from Bradford City. We just need to keep ticking these games off. The only downside to today would be that it sort of like highlights how disappointing the performances and the results were against Tranmere and Gillingham. You would just hope that we don't see those performances again, or that teams don't come to spoil like those teams did again this season, because that seems to be what we struggle against. You would imagine that teams will probably look at how Colchester came today and realise that they can't beat us if they come to play football. So some teams might set up against us to spoil, like Tranmere and Gillingham did. Hopefully, having Patterson and Poynton back, they were both on the bench today. They both came on for cameos towards the end of the game. Hopefully, having those 2 back, hopefully they'll be fit now till the end of the season, and they can maybe help us in games like the Tranmere and Gillingham one. Because I think if we'd have had either of those 2 players available against Tranmere and Gillingham, or Sarcevic available, we possibly could have turned those games in our favour, because they're the players that can give you that little bit of magic to win games when teams are spoiling or referees are spoiling the game, like the one did against Tranmere. But yeah, brilliant today. Can't fault anybody. Everyone fantastic. Crowd fantastic. On to Accrington next week, where we need to look for another 3 points. Onwards and upwards with the West Yorkshire Football Show.